Women's Council and the National Hellenic Society, Art Demopoulos. We are co-sponsoring this event. We are delighted that you're with us today, and we're going to just say a couple of words about our organizations and then let the ambassador share whatever she wants to share with you. HAWK, Hellenic American Women's Council, is an organization for Hellenic women, professional women, and we try to raise leadership across the country. That's our main goal. We also have a network that's kind of a byproduct of what we do. I met Art when I first arrived in Washington many years ago, and I love him. And his wife is okay with that.
Where's my wife? Here's a booze. Okay.
He's so easy to work with. Whenever we say we're going to do something together, I know it's going to go well. There's no issues, he's always there. Thank you, Art.
My pleasure.
And
I love our women.
again, I want to welcome you. I'm not going to say a whole lot. Usually I sing the gospel according to HAWK. I'm not going to do that today. Today is the ambassador's night. But I wanted Art to give you a couple of words.
Greetings. So just a little bit about the NHS. And I use an example, and for those of you that heard it, I'm sorry, but everybody's got one of these, right? Yes. Okay? Yes. All right. Who owns the patents for this phone acting as a camera and as a video camera? Anybody know? No. Kodak and Polaroid. Okay? So, I'm sorry, and a couple other functions as well. So what happened? What were they saying in the boardroom? We're going to stick to film and flash. That's what we know. That's what we're going to do. That's it. And Steve Jobs from Apple, all your phone is really, today, it's just applications and storage, right? It's changing everything. So the point is, a lot of societies, a lot of groups have not adapted to the new way of doing things. Another great example, Amazon.com. Right? You can buy anything. Who's the first Amazon? I know Nick knows. Amazon? It was the Sears catalog. It was this thick. I remember being a little kid. And you could buy everything from a cow to a car, and it would be delivered at your home. What was the board thinking? What all Jeff Bezos did was, adopt new. No, we're going to stick to the store. Oh, they had a great idea. I know how we're going to face the new technology. We'll merge with Kmart, which was like the Lusitania tying up to the Titanic saying, let's go from shore, okay? It doesn't work. So the NHS is it's not new, but it's a new way of doing things with the supposition that, we as Greek Americans and Philippines are extremely successful, and what binds us is this incredible heritage, and we want to pass it along to the next generation. That's basically it. So how do you do that? You do it through many ways. You duplicate success. And the one way we did that, we have a little bit of a flyer there, but we started this Heritage Greece program, which is like the Birthright Israel program in many ways, but a little bit more. So since we started that program, the NHS has sponsored over 800 Greek American college kids, young adults, to Greece, where they spend time with students from the American College of Greece, Anatolia now, and as of this 2 weeks ago, we're starting a special program with college here in Athens, focused for classic students and humanities students on democracy. The evolution of democracy. Democracy is changing. It's fascinating. So we have a great time together. We love Barea, what we're doing with other groups. We're very inclusive. We want everybody to succeed. And the thing is, we have asteria in our community. Superstars in every field you can imagine. There's no excuse for us not to really do well. And we have to get past, a lot of issues and change and adopt like Amazon did and like Apple did, right? Is to use the heritage sells itself. We have a website called My Parea, and we get like 50,000 visitors a week. It's very high end. And one of my favorite comments is this fellow who said, he said, I'm only 1/10 Greek, but it's my favorite part. And what's not to love about our heritage. If you're an American, you are Greek. You know, you may not know it, but you really are. Because our government, so many things that we live through every day comes from that glorious place and that glorious time. I don't say the glory that was Greece or is Greece. It's the glory that is Greece today. And it's fabulous. So with that, I'm so pleased. I met the ambassador many years ago. My old boss is here, Manny Ruvelis, when I was with the firm. Then it was Preston Gates. Now it's K&L Gates. And the ambassador was here then. And so it's a joy to have her back. And together we're going to do some wonderful things, you know, especially for the next generation. The other thing I want to do, and I talked to Connie a little bit about it, you'll see a poster outside. One of our members produced a film called Cliffs of Freedom. And it's a big cast. It's like, it was Christopher Plummer's last big role. Billy Zane's in it. A lot of stars that you'll recognize from television. But it's about the Greek War of Independence. It's inspired by that. And Dean was kind enough to sell it to us, and we now own the film. I put it on, you know, all the streaming videos. I don't recommend doing that. It's very difficult. It takes a long time, but it's a wonderful film. And we're thinking of maybe doing a screening to celebrate March 25th. A lot of the issues we're seeing in the Ukraine today, even the same, you know, eleftheria, thanatos y eleftheria, right? Or am I saying it backwards? Eleftheria y thanatos. So, and you're hearing the same mantra in the Ukraine now about freedom. So there's a lot of themes resonating. So I urge you to watch the film. It's on Amazon and Apple and Google and other areas. But we may be doing more stuff. We also have a series called The Greek Guide to Greatness that we produced with National Geographic. And it's on PBS and Nat Geo's websites, as well as Google Classroom. So 60 million kids have access to this. And it's 3-minute vignettes about ancient concepts that are still relevant today. So there's so much we can do together to advance our heritage. And at the end of the day, Dora, Greek heritage is not sirtaki and souvlaki, although those are great, but it's also critical thinking. And no matter what side of the aisle you're on, or you know, whatever there's a lack of critical thinking today. So that's another thing that we need to focus on through the classroom, is for students and kids and the next generation to think. You know, that's what brings us together. So thank you. Thank you. I said too much.
Before I introduce the ambassador, there is a young lady with us today who I just met. I'm former military, as many of you know. This is the first Greek woman I met who was a military officer. Stella, would you please stand? She's the daughter of the ambassador. And so anyway, I wanted you to meet our group, and you will see her. We're going to make sure that she's invited to all of our events. I am so delighted to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Oh my God, thank you. It's an honor.
We are also delighted that our last 2 ambassadors have been women. We had Alexandra Papadopoulou, and now we have Ekaterini Nassika. You have had a phenomenal career. Every time I read your resume, I'm totally amazed. It's phenomenal by any standard. Last year, she was appointed ambassador to the U.S. Before that, though, she was ambassador to Moscow. These 2 very, very important positions. If you get Beijing after that, you covered it all. Prior to Moscow, some of her assignments, I'm not going to go through the whole litany because there's a lot. She was Deputy Permanent Representative of Greece to NATO, Consul General of Greece to Belgium, Political Military Counselor, Permanent Mission of Greece to the OSCE, Diplomatic Office of the Deputy Minister of European Affairs in Athens, Permanent Representative of Greece to the EU, and also served at the Embassy of Greece in Tirana, Albania. I want to point out that this is not her first rodeo in Washington, D.C. She was here in the 80s and early 90s as a very young diplomat. And many of you probably know her from that era. Her academic credentials include law degree from the University of Athens, and she was admitted to the bar. She speaks English, as you will see, French, and Greek, of course. She's married and has 2 daughters. And my question is, who said women can't do it all? Ambassador Nassika.
Thank you very much. I want to ask you whether you hear me, because I have a very strong voice and I can do without a mic. So I wanted, do you hear me?
Yes.
We're gonna make all right. So where to start from? Because when I was listening to Art, I wanted to tell you that, listen, I subscribe to each and every word of his, and good night. But because he said it all, and in a wonderful way, what has happened, what is gonna happen, everything. And I'm with him, I'm with you, and please believe me, yes, I'm a newcomer here. This time, I arrived 4 months ago, and I presented my credentials a couple of weeks ago. But then, there comes Mrs. Hancock. Thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much for organizing this. And, you know, she was praising me. But listen again, in our career as diplomats, in each and every posting, one has to prove oneself. So I'm just in the beginning. I will get the receipt when I leave Washington. I wanted to thank you very, very much for the introduction, both you, Mrs. Hancock, and Art. And also I wanted to say hello to all the friends here and to the Greek American community in general. Yes, it is a great pleasure for me tonight, and I'm back in Washington, where it's right that I started my career, and I enjoyed it very much. It was up until now my favorite posting, and there I am again to test it, whether it continues to be that wonderful. Well, this has, of course, a special significance for me, and it's as if I have come full circle, finding myself in this wonderful city and reconnecting with the Greek American community, which I hold in very high esteem. I thank the Hellenic American Women's Council and the National Hellenic Society for their invaluable work, and also for hosting this event tonight, and the fact that you are giving me the opportunity to meet important members of the Greek American community, especially so many dynamic women. But apart from this, I met tonight for the first time members of my broader family, you know. I mean, the lady here, Stella, who has the same last name with me, and she comes from my area. Apparently, we are relatives. We are so many relatives that we are. But I have relatives also in Washington, D.C., and there are 2 friends here who were talking to me about my relatives. So I'm so proud tonight, and I'm so reinforced, not only with your kind words, but also with facts, you know. I have my family here. I came back to my family, and I came back to a place where I want to work hard and to with all your help to have some good results. Congratulations to Hawk for its admirable work in identifying and harnessing the talents of Hellenic American women, as the organization's mission reflects. Organizations such as these that seek to lift the voices of women and provide a platform for personal and professional development, let alone camaraderie, are very important. They play a significant role in making our world more inclusive and more equitable. For this, I applaud Hawk, and I am honored to stand with you in this important mission. I would also like to thank the National Hellenic Society and its Executive Director, Ardimopoulos. You were very impressive, you know, in your intervention. But among other things, apart from your intervention, for teaming up with Hawk to make this event possible. I'd also like to congratulate the Society for its valuable work in promoting and preserving our Hellenic heritage and fostering a greater understanding and appreciation of Greek culture and traditions. Your programs, especially such initiatives as the Heritage Greece program, which provides young Greek Americans the opportunity to visit Greece and learn about their cultural roots, greatly contribute to our efforts to strengthen ties between the Greek American community and the Greek people, as well as between Greece and the United States. So I extend my warmest congratulations to both Hawk and NHS for their commendable work and for helping to enhance the strong bonds of friendship between Greece and the United States of America, and for their positive impact on the lives of Greek Americans. Most of all, I wanted to tell you that, of course, I hope to have the opportunity to get to know you, all of you, better, and to work with you to further your causes. And also, all these causes make the real difference. So what I wanted to tell you most of all is that I thank you for making me feel at home. And it's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you very much, and let's stay together and let's make things better. There is always a moment and a way to make things better. Sky's the limit.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.